My child lover husband cheated on me with our son's 18-year-old girlfriend and groomed her to think they're in love. So I am shutting the door on our marriage for good. My son has a girlfriend, Amy, who he's been dating since they were freshmen in high school. Now they're seniors and he adores her, and she's someone I've always considered family. Last week I was using my husband's phone when he got a text from Amy saying she missed sucking his duck. I froze in place in complete disbelief. I tried to convince myself that I had misread it or even imagined it, but the notification kept staring at me. Then I clicked on the message and their conversations were mostly flirty and dirty talk. It was hard to stomach, and I also saw several negative things said about me, like how Amy found it funny I saw her as a daughter when she was going to have my kids call her mommy soon. His call history also showed he talks with her for hours pretty consistently. I kept snooping on his phone and found dating apps. There were so many active chats, and it was clear he used a photo filter to make himself seem younger and be able to seek out girls who are 18. I had a feeling this wasn't everything, so I went on his computer and discovered a file with tons of BDSM porn. He also has saved photos of Amy from her Instagram on his computer. He goes on sex chat rooms and forums and spends a ton of money on OnlyFans. Then I rummaged through every possible hiding spot I could think of in the house. He had various toys, blindfolds, cuffs, lubricants, etc. He also had different outfits. One was a girl's Catholic school uniform and a French maid outfit too. We had never used these, so I could only think that he used these with Amy. I wish I had never looked. I was so disgusted that he had groomed my son's girlfriend, and I threw up twice just thinking about it. I'm completely devastated. I don't even think words can adequately describe the dread, anger, and shock I feel right now. And God knows how I'm going to tell my son. I'm terrified. Update. I needed help, so I'm staying with my brother and told him everything. And luckily, he connected me to a lawyer. He advised me to save everything I found so I could have evidence when everything goes down. I did that. Then came the time to tell my kids. I delicately explained it, though I broke down crying in the process. My daughter had the most anger, more than my son. After that, we drove to Amy's house and I told her mom everything. She confiscated Amy's phone and gave me the entire chat. When she was confronted, Amy sobbed and said we will never understand that she and him are in love. It's obvious my husband slowly and methodically became a sage-like figure in her life, making her feel she could rely on him, and he took advantage of the fact that she came from a broken home. She also insisted he didn't touch her when she wasn't 18, but it's hard to say if that's true. So, I confronted my husband over Zoom because I couldn't bear seeing him in person. The look on his face was scary. He became red and looked so sweaty. He had anger and panic in his eyes. His tone of voice was very defensive and frightening. He yelled the word context over and over again, as if there was anything he could say that would get him out of this. He also claimed that none of that happened. Then he tried to switch the conversation and asked me where I was, which I refused to tell him, but he knew I had the kids, so he said I had no right to take his kids away from him. He hung up on me after that. Now my lawyer is filing for temporary sole custody of my daughter since she's 15, but not my son because he's already 18. We all have a restraining order against him though. My daughter is still angry, and I found out it's because he was super friendly with her friends, and she wondered if he was targeting one of them next. My son is very clearly hurting, but he's so strong and very level-headed. He wants to see a therapist, and I honestly can't blame him. The authorities are also aware of everything. I plan on being completely unforgiving and ruthless in this divorce. And as of now, Amy and my husband are still dating, and there's nothing her mom can say to convince her she was groomed. She still believes they're in love. I hope my husband rots in hell.